I've asked a question, man, why black people don't start businesses together? Now we got to keep this real. Majority of the black people that we know, we can't trust. Most of the black people that in our family, we can't trust. If you run a black business, you can see it for yourself. 95% of your family members will not patronize your black business. So how can you start a business with them? If you have 100 friends, out of the 100 friends, maybe 5 to 10 gonna be consistent with patronizing your business. So how can you start a business with your friends? And then if they start seeing you making money and they not making the money you making because you put in the majority of the funds for the business, they're gonna start disliking you and hating you. And also in the black community, if you sitting there making too much money from your business, they're gonna slander your business because they don't like to see you wealthy. But they go patronize every other nationality business. Then the reason you can't do business with your friends and family because it gonna turn into an argument or a fight because this person gonna want to hang out, this person ain't gonna want to show up to work, this person gonna try to skim off the top, this person gonna always try to have a mutiny, turn the other people against the one that he feel or she feel is more powerful when it come down to the business. So we would never be able to uh, be involved with business because we never been taught since birth how to get along when it come down with handling resources and a lot of money. Even in the game, when you hustling, I'm gonna go to the street shit. Most of the time in the street game, we get set up by our homies to let somebody else knock our blocks off to steal our bag. Or a young woman giving some sex. She leave the door open. Dude come back door, the same dude that you know. It happens every day because the game nowadays is designed for us to hate each other. No matter how much money you getting, no matter how good you've been to the people around you, it gonna always stem from jealousy. See, in the white communities, a couple of guys said it. Joe Rogan said it, and a couple other white guys said it. They don't even have to be friends, or they can dislike each other. But it's a business opportunity, they're gonna roll with it because they know Joe Rogan or the Elon Musk or the Warren Buffett might have the intellect and the mindset and a great businessman. We're gonna put this deal together, no matter how I feel about you. But in the African American community, once I start disliking you, I'm not gonna hear what you gotta say. I'm not going to be receptive to the information. I'm not going to process the information. I'm not going to be a critical thinker with you. I'm always trying to go against everything you see. No matter if I can say I'm talking on a cell phone right now, making a social media video, they're going to say, man, no, you're not, man. You sitting in your bed, man, about to fall asleep. They're going to find a way to always go against everything you say because they dislike you. But in the white community, from what white guys said, like the Joe Rogans them said, no matter how we feel about each other, but when it comes down to money, we willing to put all that aside to grow our wealth. In the black community, we not. We can't put that aside to grow wealth. And then we don't know how to pick and choose the people who got the right information. Like when people used to come to me about information, I used to give it up freely in my community. I done help so many people with their credit. I done help people open up brokerage account where they start making money. I done gave people investment advice where they start making money. I got so burnt out because all the people that I done helped in the last 20 years, 85% of them maybe crossed me out or belittled me or talked behind my back or went against me. So I tell people I don't help people anymore in my community. If you want some help from me, you're gonna have to pay for any advice I have now. I was giving $1 million worth of game free because I was telling people, man, you can follow the same format I follow to get this bag. Like I'm getting this bag. I done worked myself to a 7-figure portfolio and investments. And I gave people the same opportunities to follow what I was doing, to look at my portfolio, take pictures of my portfolio. You can use my same investment broker from Charles Schwab that I gotta pay for the information. You getting all this shit free. I was letting people piggyback off my credit for my 837 credit score. I would let people piggyback off my credit, who I didn't know, who I wasn't raised with, who we didn't hang out and party with, because I was trying to help my community. Now I don't do them more, because them will be the first one that slander you, talk bad about you, go against you, and start disliking you when they seen that you doing okay in life. But they don't realize that what you went through to get there, and they can be in the same situation, because the jealous and envy play a role in the African American community when you're trying to start a business relationship or start a business with a person. It always stems from envy and jealousy. So the black community, the reason we don't, I might be wrong, I'm just talking, but in the black community, the reason you don't see a lot of us be successful in our households and our communities and around our peers, because they're not going to patronize that product. I own a shop. It's any given time, it's 5 or 6 of us in there. That place should be crowded wall to wall. If we're not saying it should be crowded wall to wall, because the service that we give out is needed in our community. Now, just say if my people don't want me to give them the service, but they still can go to 5 or 6 other people in there to get the same service, good quality service, and vice versa. But they would come in there at that motherfucker a discount if it's free. So right there, tell me right there, how can we do a business with each other when you don't want to pay me full price, but you'll go run around the corner and pay another person full price that don't fuck with you, that don't care about you. One guy came in and asked me for some money one time, and we cool. I said, man, you don't patronize my business. Go get the money for the motherfucker you patronize for the last 10, 15 years. You can't do it because y'all don't have a relationship like that. Y'all just have a client-customer relationship when you getting that product from him. But me and you had a homeboy, a brotherhood like relationship, but you don't patronize my business. So why would I give you money out of my pocket when you won't even patronize me? Now you'd have been patronizing me for the last 10 and 15 years. I'd have went to the bank and handed you that paper. See, that's our mindset. That's our mindset. Nowhere in the world, anybody who run a business in your African American community, you try to bring your people on board, it's gonna be some problems. So that's why a lot of us cannot run a business in the African American community with your friends, your family, your peers, because there's gonna be jealousy, envy, and hatred towards you if you're doing a little bit better than them, or you try to get them some instruction they ain't gonna want to hear, so they're gonna cause a mutiny inside that business. Peace out.